Oh my god. Ew. Who does that? Hey guys, AK here, and I have to tell you something. As I was sleeping off in little dreamland, I had a crazy dream. Now, as you know, I am all about guns, super American, love guns, love talking about them, anything that has to do with them, explosions, I love it. So, I was having a dream, and basically, it was me in the house, my mom. There was some baby there. I don't know why. There was just a child there, like a dude that was just like sitting there. She was like getting into plastic bags and stuff. And I was like, shut up, I need to listen. And then there was two people outside my house, which was either A, the guy that goes, "It's a lot, hello," off of Knight's Tale, or Jory from Is It a Good Idea to Microwave This? And I can't quite remember who the other person was, but I think it was the fat guy from Shaun of the Dead. I think. Not entirely sure. Anyway, so I'm inside the house, and I'm messing around with my guns, and my mom's like, "Zach, I think there's somebody outside." And I like go to the back door, flip on the light, bam, two dudes standing there. I was like, "Hello? What can I do for you?" And he had a hammer. And he's like, "Hey, I was just checking out the like the corners." I mean, like looked through the windowsill. I was like, "Okay, yeah, what's going on, man? What do you need?" He's like, "Oh, this is really good beading." And beading is like when you do like caulking and stuff like that, or when you do like welding, which would not be on a door, but probably he was talking about caulking or something. I was like, okay, because I was like trying to test him as to like what kind of stuff he knew. And I was like, okay, that's weird. And he's like, "You mind if I come inside for a second and see the other side?" I was like, "Yeah, that's probably not going to happen. So, you should just probably go, dude. Just have a good day. Later." And as I was talking to him, the fat dude was unscrewing the light bulbs, so that way I couldn't see their faces and see what they're doing. So literally, I don't know why the light from the inside didn't project out, but it was pitch black, and I was still talking to him. I was like, okay, well, this is freaking creepy. I was like, all right, yeah, so I gotta go later, man. You're really freaking me out. So, like, either the door was open or I was talking through a screen, but I shut the door, locked it, closed the curtains, which were, like, less than paper thin because you could still see through them, which was dumb. I was like, who makes these? So I sat down on the couch, and I was messing around with my shotgun, and I was sitting there, and it was really hard to rack it, and I don't know what the frick was wrong with it, but it, like, kept bending in the middle. And I had to, like, put on, like, a choke for, like, a smaller size round, which was, like, it takes, like, I don't know why it was, like, a radius-driven magazine, but it was, like, I was going in between, like, 1/4 of an inch to, like, 3/4 of an inch. It was so dumb, and I couldn't get it to work. So my mom was having, like, the baby play in plastic bags, and I was like, I have to listen. Shut up. There's people outside. I don't know what they're doing. And during this time, I'm yelling, I'm trying to put together this shotgun, and it's literally like one end's here, and then it's like bent down, and then the other hand, and I held it up, and it like swung. I was like, this is not how a gun is supposed to work. What the frick? And then I think Radar was there, and I was like, okay, let me try to figure this out. And my brother-in-law, who's also gun crazy, didn't help me. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, dude. This thing is ballistic. If something happens, I don't know what's going on. So I had my assault rifle as well, and I was like, okay, I have this at least. The doorbell rings, Radar starts barking, I run, like sprint. This isn't like when you're in the, you know when you're in a dream and you're trying to run and it's like, grrr. No, I was fast. And, oh dude, okay, hold on, put that thought on hold. So, I was fast, so I ran back to, my parents' room, because this was happening in Alaska where I grew up in my old house, and I ran, and for some reason they had a door in their bedroom, my parents' bedroom. Oh look, I didn't yawn, that was awesome. And I grabbed my dad's shotgun, and I held it behind my back, and I looked out their door, which still had a screen open for some unknown reason. And then he was like, I looked outside, and I could hear them talking, and they were like, okay, yeah, man, I'll see you at home. All right. And I was like, okay, well, that's weird. And then the other guy got in his car and drove away. They apparently had a car in the driveway. And I was like, okay, well, that's odd. And then the dude, aka It's a Lance, hello, because the fat guy left. He was there, and he kept, like, shining a light at the screen door that I was looking out. So I was like, well, this is freaking creepy. So I went, I opened up the front door a little bit, and because he was sitting on the porch, but he was like this, and he was holding up, like, pieces of paper like this. And, like, he was reading a paper, but it was just, like, pieces of paper. And I was like, hey, man, what's up? How you doing? Do you need anything else? And he's like, he said something, and then he must have saw my shotgun, because then I heard, shh, and he pulled out a shotgun, and he started firing at me. I was like, oh my God! And I hid behind the door. Now, our door in Alaska was metal. So I was like, oh my God. I sat there. I racked it. He shot at me. I leaned out, shot at him, saw like birdshot enter his body. He kept shooting at me. We kept trading things. I was like, okay, well, he's going to reload now. 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 As I'm sitting there unloading on this guy and he's unloading at me, I ran back inside, yelled at my brother-in-law. I was like, why is nobody helping me? There's a dude, we're in a gunfight. And they're like, yeah, you can take care of it. I was like, you freaking kidding me? So I was like, I need more clips for my assault rifle. So I grabbed my assault rifle. I told my brother-in-law, I was like, give me some more clips. Went over his head. I don't know what he was doing. And I'm sitting there behind the door as he's, as this dude's still firing shotgun shells at me. And then he had like a little pistol, and I was like, I got this. So I like had to like make my magazine work with my gun. For some unknown reason, my guns were not working in my dream. They were like, yeah, no, it's not happening. And like they were like bullets on a string, and I had to put them in the magazine. I was like, this is the dumbest idea ever. Who is doing this? So I finally got it, put it in, locked and loaded, sat there, went to the front door again, saw him, and as I started firing at his face, I saw bullets enter, but there was no blood. Like I remember when I shot the shotgun, there was like 3 big buckshots that entered his head and his forehead, and he was just like, I'm just gonna keep shooting. I was like, that should probably not happen. Why are you not dying and or stop shooting at me? And then I finally got my assault rifle going, and then I just kept like unloading on him. And then he finally was like out of bullets, or he stopped, and my brother-in-law finally came out, and I was like, thanks for the help, dude. He's like, yeah, no problem. And we finally pinned It's a Lot, hello, on the deck. And I was like, dude, what the frick are you doing? Why are you doing that? He's like, oh, I was curious as to what would happen, or something stupid. I was like, why are you doing this? You're so dumb. And I got out my cell phone, and I was like, I told my brother-in-law, I was like, you think I should call 911? He's like, yeah, you should probably do that. And then my brother-in-law was like sitting on the dude's chest, like kind of pinning him down, which is, he's been shot like 80 times. I don't know why you would need to do that, but he's still like, I was still like sitting on his arm, and I was like, yeah, dude, you're not moving. And he's like, man, that kind of sucked. And he's just like spitting out buckshot. And I was like, oh, and my brother-in-law was like, yeah, you probably shouldn't do that because you might bleed to death or something. And I was like, oh, that's weird. And I moved my tongue around in my mouth, and I felt the same thing. And I like spit over the edge of the porch, and buckshot just came pouring out, or birdshot. I'm sorry, it was birdshot. It was just like, blah, and I was just spitting out BBs. I was like, that's not good. I was like, when are they coming? And then, I think the cops pulled up, and that's when I woke up. So that was my crazy freaking dream. Dude, that was the intense. Oh, I don't know why there was a baby. I think because I was like browsing Imgur the other night, and you know when like the baby got the glasses on, and it's like, oh, experiencing 20/20 vision for the first time. I think it was that stupid baby. Why is that baby in my dream? And then before that, I had a dream that I was the Flash. That was amazing. I can't really remember it. All I know is that I was running really fast, and it was so freaking sweet. Oh, man. Woo! Yeah, I just woke up. It's like 1 o'clock. No big. Whatever. Yeah, so tell me, what kind of dreams have you guys had that's like ridiculously real? I love the real dreams. Have you guys ever heard of lucid dreaming? Lucid dreaming is where you can basically control control your dreams, because you're kind of awake-ish, kind of not. So let's say you say, every time I see a Pringles can in my dream, I know that I'm dreaming. Or if you're looking at a clock and the clock's like doing something weird, that means you're dreaming. Or if they look at their hand, it's like you have a certain number of fingers. Or if you look at like words, then you can't read them. And I think there's something else. But then you can pretty much say, oh, dude, I'm dreaming. Let me do whatever. And then you can literally like fly around. You can drive race cars. You literally do whatever you want because it's dreaming. And I've tried so long to try to lucid dream. It's not even funny. So anyway, that's what I'm trying to get at, is doing the lucid dreaming. So tell me, what kind of like super surreal dreams have you guys had? Because that was probably the most intense dream I've had in a while that I've actually remembered. Because I actually woke up and told Kat about it. I was like, dude. And then as I was sleeping, like, I think I kind of knew that I was awake. I think it was kind of a lucid dream because I like kept drifting in and out of it. But I know that I wasn't moving, like, at all. I was not moving in my bed because I was sleeping on my side. And when I woke up, you know how like you get like, you stretch and it feels like ridiculously good because you haven't moved in a long time. That's what happened. So that was weird. It was like almost like a sleep paralysis type thing, but not. All right. So let me know what kind of dreams you guys had, and if they've made like I wonder if there's anybody that has a dream that's made like an impact on their life. Like if they've had some sort of thoughts and they're like, yeah, I probably shouldn't do that because this could be what happens. That's kind of weird. I don't know. Let me know. Dreams. Talk about it right now down below. Alright, guys. But as of right now, it looks like our time is up. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Leave a comment down below whatever you are thinking. And I will see you guys next time. Peace!